eyelids made, and then I had a facelift. Then I had a breast reduction, but being Jewish, they grew back. I don't know how.
To me, it is just brainwashing, manipulation, and mutilation of women. I'm still gonna get it.
And that was a clip from Take My Nose, Please, a new documentary about plastic surgery as seen through the eyes of female comedians. And if anyone makes going under the knife funny, it's these ladies. Joining us now to discuss is the film's producer and director, Joan Kron. Welcome, Joan. It's so great to have you here.
Thank you, Tanya.
What made you want to do a film about plastic surgery in the first place?
Well, I've been covering plastic surgery for 25 years for Allure magazine, and I've been wanting to make a film because I've been in other people's films, and every time I would see myself as a talking head, I would say, I think I could do better.
Yes.
I mean, that's,
well, so did you find it difficult then to find groups of women who are willing to talk about it other than comedians?
Well, I tried many different ways to do a film about plastic surgery, and they didn't work out. I won't waste your time. But I was talking to a cousin of mine who writes for David Letterman, and I was telling him that the only people who are honest about plastic surgery are comedians. And he said, well, that's your movie. And I said, oh, you're so right. And then I started on it.
And there it is. And what's so interesting is that plastic surgery for women seems to inhabit this uncomfortable liminal space between you go girl, be the best you can be on the one side, and this sort of why would you mutilate yourself and subject yourself to these feminine ideals that are so harmful to women, right?
Right.
And it's that intersection that these comedians demonstrate so well.
Right. Well, you know, we ask the question, is it vanity or is it empowerment? And for some people it's one, for some people it's the other, and for many people it's both.
Right. And I love that one comedian we showed in the beginning seems to encapsulate it when she says it's female mutilation.
Right.
But I'm going to get it done.
I'm still going to get it.
I'm going to get it done. So we just have to ask you, since everyone is so open about plastic surgery in the film, what are your personal feelings about it?
Well, I'm 89 and I've had plastic surgery. I've had more than one facelift, and I'm the only person I know who tells the truth about her age. And I could not, you know, people say I look younger. If I do, I can only thank that. I mean, you have to have energy. You have to have other things besides a facelift. But I think when you look in the mirror after a facelift, you believe what you see.
It's the whole package.
And you act like that.
Absolutely. Well, it's the whole package. I mean, why do you think that plastic surgery is so taboo for so many women?
I think that it's you get higher marks for being natural. People talk a lot about I want to be natural. Natural beauty, it gets the highest marks. But in fact, nobody is natural. If you cut your hair, you're not natural. If you trim your eyebrows, you're not natural. If a man shaves his beard, he's not, I mean, nobody is natural anymore. You know what we'd look like if we were natural.
We're all grooming ourselves, for sure. Now, did Joan Rivers, was she really the first one to open the doors for talking about
Not at all.
No?
Joan Rivers was late to the first one that I know of was Fanny Brice, who was played by Barbara Streisand in A Funny Lady or Funny Girl. And Fanny Brice had a very public nose job in 1923. People don't realize how old plastic surgery is. Cosmetic surgery, as we know it, dates back to the turn of the century, the last century. And so there was Fanny Brice, who had a nose job, was in the New York Times. It was in every newspaper in America, actually, the day she had it. So and then after her, Phyllis Diller had so many procedures and talked about them all the time and wrote articles about it. And unfortunately, Toady Fields had plastic surgery, but she had she said an eye lift. Other people said she had a facelift, and she was in poor health. She talked some doctors into operating on her. She could not find a doctor. And she lost a leg because she got a blood clot related to her
the very real dangers
diabetes
of surgery.
So you have to be healthy.
Sure.
But then you know, Kathy Griffin, Joan Rivers, Lisa Lampanelli, they all have written books talked about it. And Joan in particular gave me permission in 2004, gave all her doctors permission to talk to me and read from their operative notes. So I was actually able to pull together a complete story for plastic surgery.
You went to the primary sources right there.
I did.
I want to ask you really quickly about yourself, because here you are, so vital. You've just directed and produced a movie. You've had one of the most interesting career trajectories I think I've ever read. After graduating from Yale Drama School, you became a costume designer for television. You've been a journalist. Tell us some of the other amazing accomplishments.
Well, I had a buffalo farm for 10 years.
I mean, it's incredible.
But I've been a journalist for the last 40 years, and you know, I love writing, but I do feel that video is the future, and I think you have to think in a futuristic way. I don't want to be locked in the past, and I wanted to do whatever was next, and I worked very hard at it. It was very hard to raise the money. You can't believe how hard.
I'm sure.
But we did it 4.5 years, and we made a movie, and the thrill of it is it's now accepted in 5 festivals, and we know we're being accepted in several more.
Amazing. Congratulations.
So,
and you're going to keep, no plans for retirement, correct? None.
I'm working on my next film
Fantastic.
already,
We love
and
it.
now people want to invest in me.
Right. Congratulations, Joan Kron.
Thank you so much.
So nice to have you here.